Everybody preening themselves trying to get media.
I mean, I can't.
You don't have to
Everybody. I
I
say I'm about to start recording. Everybody, all right.
didn't even get to redo my edges or nothing, but it's okay.
I walk right out of work.
My response to that is you don't have to pretty yourself when you're already pretty. So,
Well, if you don't get your face ass.
But
But anywho, what's up, everybody? This is another edition of Lux Argue presented by MLP Studios. We have 3 members of the LuxeMob in the building today. We'll start with Azaria.
Hi.
Hey, I said it right. She's returning, but now we got 2 others. Tasha, we may have seen Tasha when we did the homecoming edition of Lux Argue, and then we have a brand new person, Miss Natalia. All the women on this screen right now, great in fashion, all fashion majors. I think 2 of you guys won awards. I know Tasha, you won one. Azaria, did you win the award?
Designer of the year.
There it is. But I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves in a minute. But first, let me introduce the show. This is Lux Argue. Lux Argue is a debate podcast where we argue 3 questions from 3 different categories. First one is general culture. The second one is food and drink, and the last one is the adult section. During the adult section, there's going to be a notification going along right here that viewer discretion is advised. If you're old, don't like cursing, don't like vulgarness, any of that nonsense, that's when you exit. First 2, try to keep it medium clean, but keep in mind all of us on this screen is grown. This episode, we may have a couple people popping in late, but we'll cross that road when we get there. But I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves real quick, starting with Azaria.
Well, I'm Azaria Cooper. Well, I'm supposed to say like where I'm from or what I'm doing or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, introduction.
Okay, well, I'm Azaria. Right now I'm a flight attendant and I'm trying to be a tattoo artist. I'm this close. I just got to turn some more paperwork in. Graduated from CAU, it's a fashion design degree. And yeah, in Atlanta, Georgia.
All right. Next is Tasha.
Hello, you guys. This is Tasha Hughes. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I live in Atlanta, though. I am currently a designer / an investor. My brand will definitely be dropping February 2021, so be out and look for it. Bengali is definitely the name for it. So other than that, I'm here and ready to kick it.
Okay. And then last but certainly not least, Natalia.
hey y'all. So my name is Natalia Willis. I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I graduated from the illustrious Clark Atlanta University. I am now currently a school teacher for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade high school, and I am currently also working on my master's.
Awesome.
Is it quick question, Natalia? Is it difficult being like young and teaching high school?
Yes. Yes.
All the boys try to talk to you, huh?
Literally, like, I remember the first day I rolled up in there for orientation, this guy, he was a senior. His name was Memphis. And he was like, "You're pretty. What's your name?" And then I started, like, I had to adjust myself. And then he was like, "Oh, are you a staff member here?" I said, "Yes, I work here. I'm not a student." He was like, "Oh, okay." But it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
I remember the one time I went back to my high school, and you know, I always wear suits, always dress nice. And these little fast girls over here talking to me like, "Ooh, what's your name?" "Well, I'm 18. I could talk." I was like, "Girl, look into my eyes. I don't got the soul of somebody your age. You. I remember being like you, so young, so full of life."
And that's the gag, though, because see, y'all, I teach in the hood, so these kids are bold. Like, these boys are bold, and they mean everything they say too. So you have to literally adjust yourself accordingly. I heard some wild shit, boy.
But that brings us to our very first topic. What was more memorable, high school or college?
For me, it was college. For sure. I didn't like my high school. But that was because I was in high school. I went to, well, actually, that was my middle school. But like in high school, I went to a predominantly white high school.
That sucks.
A white private school in South Carolina. And mind you, where it wasn't as bad as my middle school, which has a horrible history of segregation. Like, it was one of the schools that like were like, okay, we're gonna be private because we don't like Black people attending the schools. It was like a better version of that school that I went to in high school, but it was still like kind of the same, like similar stuff still being experienced as like a Black person surrounded by a whole bunch of white people coming from racist families. And so I'm like, I didn't really want to interact with a bunch of people based on like certain ways I was treated or like how I knew I was perceived and everything. So college, going to an HBCU, I'm like, okay, I feel like more welcomed, even though it was just like, you know, it wasn't like people like, oh my gosh, like, you know, it wasn't like all open arms all the time, but it was more open arms all the time. It didn't feel like,
oh, because everybody in there was Black. We were all Black.
It was like, oh, they're able to, I can see the difference in how they treat me versus how they treat somebody else who's white. Like, I didn't have to deal with that at an HBCU. I'm like, okay, this is like one major thing I don't have to deal with. And I was able to have, like, go out, do my own thing in general. Like, whereas high school, you're with your parents, college, you're not. So that's like a major thing. Like, you're.
I feel like high school and college was like very memorable, but some of the stuff that like happened in high school is like just such high school stuff. Like, the memories from high school, I'll remember for the rest of my life. Some things from college, I'll probably forget. Like, in high school, I remember the very first time. I remember my first girlfriend in high school. I remember my first girlfriend in college too, but okay, that was a terrible example. But I went to a high school that I basically went to school from Lean On Me. I went to the worst school in the state of Nevada when Nevada was 50th in education. So every single day at my high school was an adventure. You didn't want to miss school because you never knew there's gonna be a fight every day. It was gonna be a fight, might be a food fight. And administration might get to fighting. People getting like something was happening. Like, I remember when the whole Amber Cole video first came out. Remember that girl? Which, quick side note, whatever happened to her?
Let's find out. I'm about to Google it.
I always wondered, like, whatever happened to her?
Everybody does that type of stuff. She has to be irrelevant now because it's like, okay, well, it's not as crazy now because social media, like,
that was the crazy part. It was like when that whole Amber Cole video and everything went out at my high school, they was like, oh, we just didn't post it. Like, like everybody was doing it. It was just,
I forgot what she even did. Her name sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
That sex tape by Amber Cole.
She just like performed.
It's really child pornography, but she was giving head on the side of the school building with like 8 people watching.
But see, y'all talk about Amber Cole, but do y'all remember Bria Bubbles?
Bria Bubbles, that's one heck of a name.
Legit.
Listen, I went to high school.
That sounds like a legitimate porn star.
I went to high school with her, and she was, when I was a senior, she was a sophomore, so I had graduated when she came out with her video. But man, oh man, every man wanted a piece of Bria Bubbles. I'm surprised don't nobody Google it.
That's crazy.
Google it.
That's weird. But see, stuff like that is memorable in high school. If you say that in college, it's like, oh, that happens at every college. Yeah, who cares?
I think high school was most memorable for me because I went to a Black school with Mexicans, so it was Black and Hispanic, and it was jumping off every day. You never wanted to miss school. Like when he was talking, I said Darvion. When Darion was talking about how like the administration fighting, I remember one time there was a fight at our school so bad that administration and security could not break it up. And then the parents came in to try to break it up and the parents started fighting each other. Like,
what?
Yes.
That ain't,
like,
girl, that ain't nothing. My school was so bad, we had a fight that ended up on CNN. Because it was a one-on-one fight. Then everybody from Gerson jumped in. Then everybody from 004 hoods jumped in.
Listen, man, I'm already knowing.
So the police, like the school police, they're the ones supposed to break it up. They couldn't break it up.
They couldn't get it right.
So here comes the police. Like they call back up. Other police officers come. They couldn't break it up, and we start throwing water bottles and Gatorades at them.
He said
so
water bottles.
Had to come back with like riot shields. We had a full blown riot at my school.
Yes, I know exactly. But you know what? High school had the best memories. Like my high school, we had. Even though now that I look back at it, I didn't really care for high school too much. But as far as memories go, there were some epic moments. Girls getting ran through. Like
my most memorable. I think my first half of college. High school and my first half of college, because I didn't go to Clark my first half of college. I went to I don't know if y'all ever heard of SIU Carbondale, Southern Illinois University of Carbondale, and I say that because when I first got in college, I was so wild. That's when like I went to college with all my friends. Like I was going to frat parties. Like I really lived the college experience my first 2 years of college. So that's why I'm like, it was memorable because that was my first instance of being on my own with my friends, going to a party, coming back to my own place drunk, without having to had it from my mom. It was just like literally wild, you know, like by the time I came to Clark, I was too serious, you know, about life and about everything. So I wasn't on nothing, literally. But I felt like my freshman and sophomore year, it was my most memorable times, I'm not gonna lie. In my senior year of high school. Yeah.
Hey, so question, what do you, okay, I'm gonna put it like this to frame the question even better. What do you think was more memorable, your senior year of high school or your freshman year of college?
Freshman year of college.
Because remember, because now that I think about it, let's be real. Senior year of high school, that was that time when we was like, I'm grown. But you still had like
didn't know shit.
Didn't have a clue what life was about.
But the most memorable, I feel like for anybody, the most memorable have to be that first year of college, because that's when you was out your parents' house. Now that's when you thought you was grown, when you was on your own. Like I said, going to these parties, coming back drunk, you know, not going to class in the morning, lying to your parents like you went to class all week, knowing you slept in a few times, you know, like that's why that is my most memorable. But that was my first, you know, just piece of freedom, I would say. You know, piece of real adult like freedom. But hey, it was lit.
I mean, actually, like, so my senior year of college, there were certain things that were actually more memorable.
Wait, you said senior college or senior of high school?
High school, my bad. Cause like that was the first time like I went to Jamaica, went to with people that I enjoyed actually being around at my school. I was on the cheerleading squad. I was doing like more stuff my senior year. Prom wasn't like as memorable like as it is for everybody, but like the reason why I still like college is because like I still felt like I was in a better environment. I was away from home, so I felt more independent. I was able to make new friendships, have new memories and stuff. But I mean, like it's like you know, it's a close call for me.
You know what I think too? That first college taught you how to be broke. Like I was broke in high school.
Taught you how to hustle.
But it was like, but being broke in high school was cool because it was always like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna get me a meal. At the end of the day, I'm good. College, when you had to like ration off your like going to the cafeteria even.
I thought they required a meal plan though. Freshman year, they were like, you have to have a meal plan freshman year.
And that was maybe the best thing they could have done, because you know how many times I ran out of swipes using them 25 swipes.
Bro, yeah, no, I get it. Because freshman year was like unlimited, okay. After that, I was like, all right, how many swipes I got left?
Like, because remember, college is when you really got enlightened to the idea of you turning something late, it's not accepted.
Yeah.
Because in high school, I don't know about y'all, but my high school, we had this thing called minimum F, where it's like if you didn't turn it in, the lowest they can give you is like a 30%. Because we were doing that bad academically.
Jesus, a 30% for not okay.
So people was doing it, but in college, if you don't turn it in, you get a 0. and they are
Yeah.
not playing. It's gonna stay 0.
I got graded on, I mean, I guess everybody got graded on attendance, but the professor did not bump up my 89.7 GPA or grade average, whatever, because my attendance on the first day where I didn't know where her class was, if she would mark me absent or she marked me late on stupid stuff that I was like, look, I had a legitimate reason. I was sick. Here's my doctor's note, but she didn't care. That's
Who was
what
that?
she graded me.
Ikuma? Was that Ikuma?
No, Ikuma actually liked me. She was, I know, she's like hard.
Ikuma, you know what's crazy though? In the time, keeping 100, Ikuma hated me. Me and her were enemies all 4 years I was in college. But looking back now, she really did hold us in a standard higher than we should have held ourselves.
She was the one professor that was trying to get us to be above what other professors
Above average. Like,
yeah,
we
she
used
was
to get
like,
so
look,
mad at her
Dad
for
is
marking
doing
us
this.
down. We used to get so
Yeah.
mad at her for marking us down for turning in stuff late. And now, like, being in business and seeing, like, when stuff turns in, I always tell, like, I had to fire an intern because I was like, it was a college student. They went to Clark. I had to fire him and let him know. See, in college, you turn in something late, oh, you get points deducted. You get angry. I turn in something late, somebody's wedding tux isn't here.
Exactly.
I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get a redo. This is real life. And I said it to him, but back in my mind, I'm thinking like, this is what Ikuma said. And all those years I was fighting.
Yeah.
But Ikuma was never understanding for nothing. I remember one time I had this project and she was like, it was like an urban theme that I did that of a pattern I made. And she was like, I mean, if you want it to look like it came from City Trends, you can go ahead and make that. And I was like, and because she
hilarious.
Didn't
Hilarious.
Right. Wait a minute.
Just fried your ass.
She didn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, and it was cute. It was real cute. But because she didn't like it, she didn't like the pattern, she didn't pass me.
Wow.
Yes.
No. But wait a minute. No. And
hold on, wait. I'm sorry. I'm better. I heard patterns, girl. Now what happened?
Are we talking about
the baby?
Huh?
Are you with the
Is
baby?
it baby shower? You playing?
No, I'm throwing a party and they gonna be here in like 45 minutes. So we trying to set up. So that's why I'm multitasking, y'all. So I'm multi. I'm sorry.
No, we in here talking about Ikuma and her outlandish ways. That's what we talking about.
But she
I'm
was
gonna edit.
called us to a high standard that other professors would like. I feel like she should have been a professor at SCAD pretty much because SCAD holds their students to a high standard. And she was like, I want the best for students at CAU because people who like I've met people who know of CAU, but they never went to CAU and they're like, oh, I know how CAU's fashion students are. They're not really that great. And I can understand that because we're not held to a high standard like other schools are.
Honestly, I hear that too. Every time I tell somebody I went to Clark,
and
every time I say I went to Clark for fashion, they be like, that's not a fashion, so they don't have a department. And I'm like, yes, they do. I don't be embarrassed, but I'm like, y'all better Google us.
But sometimes I'll be having to tell, like, when I go back to Clark, and because Sumter asked me to come back and teach classes and like give lectures.
Oh wow!
I go back and give lectures, and like I would point out things. It's like, this is the reason why Clark Atlanta didn't get respected. It was like, because in Sumter's class, I was like, this is a class of 20 students, but 5 people are here.
Wow.
Or I sat in on a class where everybody had every type of excuse on why something wasn't done, or, oh, well, I didn't finish it in time. And me being in the industry now, I was over here like, okay, when did you get the assignment? It's like, oh, well, it was given to us 3 weeks ago. But okay, I was like, okay, so you had 3 weeks to complete this one garment. But it was like every excuse. And that's why I had to give him the speech. It was like, you know what happens when I make an excuse? Somebody doesn't get their wedding done. So if I'm 1 week late, we're now like $10,000 in the hole. and that
Yeah,
comes
that
out of my
affects
money.
you eating.
Like-
That affects your money.
Mhm.
It's not oh, it affects my GPA. No, that affects your money and your life. That affects your reputation.
I do
Which
feel
is
like
still
it was the
affect the money.
students' fault. Like me remembering like conversations that I had with some of my classmates, like, you know, like, and just the stuff they used to be saying. I do agree that it was more so the students as to why our department, you know, it didn't really excel the way we wanted it to, because the students, they didn't do nothing. It's like how you just said something about Ikuma should have been teaching at SCAD. I feel like we needed somebody like her in our department, because as much as we loved Sumter, she was just way too nice.
Cassie.
Hey, I'm about to edit this part out. You ain't finna talk about something.
I love
I told
She
her that
was
before.
amazing.
I
She
told her
was
that.
too
And you can't
nice.
edit it out actually, but it's the truth. It's the truth. We needed somebody like Ikuma at our
Yeah.
school.
She,
You know,
exactly.
You know what? Sumter understood. Like, she understood the student who really didn't have anything. And if she had something, she would try to help you get it. Like, she would do like, there were times that my parents were not sending me money for garments or supplies. They just weren't doing it. They didn't have it. And you would go in there, you would talk to Sumter, and she would help you find resources to get it. Ikuma, she shrugged her shoulders and be like, oh, well. That was the real world.
That's why looking back, I appreciate Ikuma, because Ikuma in that whole shrug her shoulders, just like I gave the example when I was at Clark. I can't go to Miguel and tell him, hey, Miguel, I couldn't afford to buy this material, so I couldn't do. He's gonna look at me like, well, if you can't do it, I'll find somebody that can. As Miguel is, as high as I am in the company, I can be fired. So I asked him, I was like, you want to do this? You want to do this brand? Okay, you want to start your own business. What are you going to tell your client when you tell them, oh, I missed my 3-week deadline?
Because I didn't have enough money to do X, Y, Z, or because I didn't try and find a way to make sure that I had the materials I needed. I didn't do and it's just like, it was annoying as hell, because it's just like, I don't know what to do. And it's just like, shoot, I got to figure it out. But in life, you have to figure out a lot of things.
Oh, that's true. No, I agree with that 100%.
Hey,
when I graduated college and started interning for hierarchy, that's when I realized like how much like the professors like really let me wing through. And that's when I realized like how much I was really bull crapping in college when I started interning after graduation. Because I used to embarrass myself so much, how I just wasn't prepared for certain things on certain days, or I would be rushing and would forget this. And they'll be like, well, you knew you were coming here. You should have got all of this ready the night before, so that, so it's like, it's just crazy. You do realize a lot after graduation. And like I said, I realized how much I really used to be bull crapping in college. Even though I thought I was working hard, I used to be bull crapping. I did.
Hey, so we got other topics I gotta get to. So I'm gonna put this one to the vote. Okay. So which one is more memorable? High school or college?
High school.
For me, college.
Tasha?
Where'd she go?
I was say, Tasha, your mic is still on. We can't talk.
I think she stepped out to go blow that balloon.
Probably.
I don't see her.
Probably.
I think she did.
I would say college is more memorable, just because I still have college friends. Some of my high school friends, it's kind of like they're not doing anything in their life.
Yeah, no, that's true.
There's a lot of, when you look back at your high school, I always say now, the baddest, like the top 10 females at my high school, maybe 4 of them are still bad.
Or they look
out of 10, maybe 3 or 4 of them are still look good or doing something with their life.
Yeah, you know what, that is true, because I still do have college friends. Most of my high school friends are either like on drugs, in prison, or have like a bunch of children, like, and they're not doing anything with their lives. You said what?
Yeah, a bunch of children.
Yes, like a lot of girls I know have a bunch of children by all these different men, and they think that's just the thing. So I'll say,
no, you know what it is? It's like having one kid at our age. Okay, we this is around the time you start having kids. But I know females got like 3 of them. It's like,
right?
I don't even.
Right.
It's like
And
we're
a bunch of
24.
baby daddies.
I'm just like, that's a lot. You doing a lot.
That's a lot of being
lot of
pregnant
kids.
time.
A lot of kids.
You've been pregnant more than you've been able longer.
Have
You've
you?
been pregnant
Did
longer
you
than you've been
ever
drunk.
have that high school friend that was pregnant and like now you look back on like their social media, and you like, dang, she pregnant again?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I have that. Yes, I know several. I'm like, dang, do she ever get a break? Like she always pregnant.
It's like, didn't you have a baby like a couple years ago, like, or last year?
No,
like,
with me, it's all the dudes that I went to school with, and I'm just like, why do you keep having kids? You need to get your tubes tied. I mean, get a vasectomy.
Or not even just that. Or you probably the dudes you probably be like, man, he potent as hell. Like his swimmer scuba dive. Like he got a baby every week.
I
Can't pull out of a parking spot. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic.
Man.
All right, so the next topic is, and this is where the switch up is happening. What do you believe is the best sandwich? This is the food
Sandwich?
section. Yep, sandwich.
I think
Peanut
I
butter.
like chicken bacon ranch from Subway.
Oh, sandwich.
That was
Okay.
awkwardly specific. I was gonna say peanut butter and jelly.
Thank you.
I
Peanut butter and
was-
jelly.
Like I
With
was
a
thinking
good
that.
cup of orange juice.
I was
Ugh,
thinking
that's a
that,
weird
but I'm like,
combination.
what I would really want is a chicken bacon ranch with Chipotle ranch on it, not just regular ranch, Chipotle whatever thing is.
See, you got money like that. See, sandwiches
Yes,
is a
you
broke
sure do.
person meal.
Hello, shoot. Have you ever had a ketchup sandwich? Or a mustard sandwich?
Yeah, not
Or
I
a
don't
syrup
like it.
sandwich?
I've had a
But
syrup sandwich
I
before.
like cheese or like I used to eat like ketchup and bread, but that was like
Mhm.
that was young.
Only the OGs know about them ketchup sandwiches.
No,
Or and if you didn't have ketchup, you used honey on the bread.
I don't like
No.
honey though.
you know you got it out the mud where you didn't even make like toast or French toast. You just like put it in the bottom of the oven a little bit and you put a little sugar on it. It wasn't like French toast. It was just like toasted
It was like-
bread with sugar.
Mhm. Yeah.
But no, like I mean sandwiches. I like me a grill. I like an egg and cheese sandwich.
Ugh, those stink.
Mm-mm.
Okay, but it's still good.
Nah.
I don't know how people. I like BLT, bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes. Those are
That's
good.
a side
too.
sandwich. That's for side niggas.
You know what?
Only side niggas eat BLTs.
Okay,
sorry,
so
y'all.
what's the
I'm gonna be
nastiest sandwich?
The nasty
Nasty.
sandwich.
Anything with mustard on it.
Oh God,
I
Yeah.
like the mustard a little bit.
No.
Depending on the type of sandwich.
I like the
Anything with
mustard.
mustard on it. Anything
Ham
with mustard.
sandwiches.
What? Ham sandwiches is life. Turkey
I don't
sandwiches
like the way
is
ham.
nasty.
I don't like the way the ham be looking. I can't.
Mm.
If I'm fixing a ham sandwich and the ham got too many white spots on it or look nasty, I can't eat it.
You
Or
should
like
use that
bologna.
ham.
Bologna sandwiches are nasty.
Bologna?
Rye, anything
This-
with rye bread.
Bologna sandwiches. Listen, this is where you take my black card because I hate fried bologna.
Oh.
Literally,
Have y'all
with
ever had
fried-
beef salami?
No.
I've had a salami sandwich. Wait, so
Would you eat bologna that's not fried?
I don't like bologna, period. Like
Girl, bologna
how
be
like
good
when we were kids,
sometimes.
that Oscar Mayer theme song. No, I hate bologna.
Oh, my bologna has a first name.
Man, yeah, I hate bologna.
It's
I
funny
hate-
too, because to this day nobody can explain what is a bologna. Like what piece of
I'm sitting here hitting this blunt and this thing. I don't even know.
how about I say, bro?
I'm sorry.
I got
I'm sorry.
sponsors.
Please cry me out, Darian. I'm tweaking. Edit me
Don't
out.
worry. No, but
I'm
What
gonna
was I
see what
saying?
part of where it comes from.
yeah, what part of this is it even pork? Like what is it?
It's curd beef or curd pork or the mixture of two. What part of the pig does it? Oh, so it's organs and trimmings, and then they put it and they make it into one. So it's organs of the cow.
Bologna?
Yes. So it's organs of the cow or the pork or the pig.
I thought it was like all the leftover parts, pretty much.
Yeah. So they crush them, and then that's how they make bologna.
And
like
it's
a
delicious
paste.
when you fry it with a little bit.
Yeah,
of
it's like a
mustard.
paste.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
then
called
they like slice it.
Wait, so but they use like the organs of the animal for the bologna. That's nasty.
Yeah. Like
That's why I
all the
never liked
leftover
salami.
parts.
But it sounds
Mhm.
it's still delicious when you fry it right.
No, fried
But
bologna is.
people eat chitlins though.
My mama eat them. I don't eat them.
Like people eat chitlins, but
Your mama eat ass.
You know, my family,
Hey,
they eat
you know what?
turkey necks.
You don't want to start these yo mama jokes because I can have you. You don't want to
Right.
do it because I got you.
Hey, you said she eat I didn't say it. You did.
Yo mama stretch marks look like bacon.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna give you your laugh. I'm not gonna give it to you.
Mm-hmm. And we can do them yo mama jokes. I'm all for it. We can play. What's it called? The dozens. Isn't that what they called it back in the day?
What is back in the day?
No time.
I ain't never I just call it Joan and a roasting. No, have you? Hey, you know, I just thought about it. The best sandwich, real talk, Philly cheesesteak.
No,
I do like chicken Phillies. I like chicken.
I don't like cheese like that. Cheese is nasty.
What do you eat?
Like, no, and here's the thing. I'm not a picky eater, but I don't understand how people eat like blocks of cheese or like string
On the
cheese.
crackers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Eat a
or
lot
like
of
cheese
cheese.
crackers.
that.
That's nasty.
With some like fruit and wine or something.
I do not like cheese like that.
you ain't never seen a charcuterie board in your life.
I
Hate cheese.
love it. And I like trying different cheeses too. Like a variety. Brie and then Gouda, smoked.
Hey, I'm gonna be real.
Mm-mm.
This year's Thanksgiving, I seen a lot of people experiment with cheese in their macaroni and cheese.
Ooh. Speaking of mac and cheese, did y'all see that video of the white lady who put mayonnaise and broccoli in the mac and cheese?
I would have fired off on her immediately.
I'm
No.
finna send y'all the video.
Wow.
She was making
Put it
mac
in
and
the
cheese
chat.
and she put hold on.
Was it on Facebook, YouTube? Where you see it at?
On Instagram, and it went. She ruined it. Like my mom was like, "Why did she ruin the mac and cheese?"
Why did you
But you know, some
broccoli
people
in
do
it?
have different recipes for different things because a lot of people don't put their mac and cheese in the oven. And I heard that.
Bruh.
My mom make it both ways, honestly. My mom make it on the stove. Sometimes she don't put it in the oven. Sometimes she do.
This year, I literally had to dang near beg this woman to make macaroni and cheese, and I had to beg her to put the macaroni and cheese in the oven, cause she likes it, like she put it in the oven, but she doesn't like the brown on the top. She doesn't like when it browns. To me, that's when it's done. Like
I think the oven is for the holidays. I feel like if you cook it on the stove, that's for like if you eating it for dinner.
That's
with
for
some
little
butter.
kids. That's for babies. That's for children.
He say little kids.
That's for children.
But no, I just always like baked mac and cheese. Like that's what it is. It's either Kraft mac and cheese where you don't do anything, or baked mac and cheese where you actually are making macaroni and cheese. And I just know how to. I can understand though, like the mayonnaise. I don't put mayonnaise in mine, but it's literally cream, eggs, or like mainly eggs. Like you put eggs in mac and cheese. Some people apparently don't. But like you put eggs.
I've never put eggs in my macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either. I was just
Eggs and
listening.
macaroni
I'm making macaroni and cheese, not scrambled eggs. What did you?
You don't put eggs in baked mac and cheese.
Listen, that recipe must have came from you going to an all-white school, baby, because I ain't never.
No, that's a whole
Bro, I'll beat your ass. I will beat your ass if I see you put the eggs in my.
You don't put no eggs in
Let me see you put some eggs in
Like
the
I said,
macaroni
different
and
folks
cheese.
got different
I'ma beat
recipes.
your ass.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Oh, my mama knew.
that's what makes it like hold together even better.
You know what holds it together? The cheese. The cheese holds the
Cheese in the
macaroni and cheese.
milk.
Yeah, the cheese.
Oh my
holds it.
gosh. No, you gotta put eggs in mac and cheese.
So basically on Al Gore's internet, you just admitted that you can't cook.
No, y'all admitted y'all
You say you can't cook.
You can't
You
cook.
put eggs in baked mac and cheese. Stovetop mac and cheese, you don't gotta put no eggs in it.
Who's
Baked
still
mac and
eating
cheese, you put eggs
stovetop
in
mac
it.
and cheese? We are adults, not fifth graders.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you bake your mac and cheese, you put eggs. You put one egg. You put cheese, you put milk, you put your seasonings, and an egg. Mix it up with the pasta and put it in.
I'm
the cheese on
disappointed
top.
in you too, because you're from the islands. Like you're an island girl. And island women, y'all have the best food, but you basically told me that you can't cook.
Okay, I can definitely cook It actually turns
Mhm.
out really well. And y'all should try an egg in your mac and cheese. You put eggs in mac and cheese.
You really just ruined my whole. You done ruined my whole dang night. Now,
Bless her heart.
That's what it was. She put Brussels sprouts in it too. I told you I was gonna find this video.
Lord, I think I
She
saw
made a
something like that where
casserole.
somebody put vegetables in the macaroni.
hold on, don't play
And
it
she
now.
put mayonnaise in it.
Get the camera off
Casserole.
your titties.
That's what it was. Look, I'm finna turn.
You said you put it in the chat?
No, I didn't put it in the chat. Was I supposed
Hold on,
to?
no, don't.
No, I thought that's
don't.
what you said you was gonna do. No.
Remember, we still recording. I'm trying to, monetize it. I'm gonna get copyright strike.
Okay.
Hey, so look, the last time I shot one of these, I shot it during the Gucci Mane and
y'all.
Jeezy.
Look.
Wait, that's a casserole.
No,
Yes,
this
casserole.
was this was her recipe for mac and cheese. Literally.
She looks like a chef though. I mean, it
No.
could have been good. She looks like she's a chef.
No, I
She
hate
didn't
people
name-
saying just
she didn't
because
name
you a
it right.
chef don't mean you can cook.
Right. That's like saying just because I got a hair license, I can do hair.
Yeah. Because let's be real, we had a bunch of girls that graduated with us with fashion design degrees that was
That could not do.
let's be real.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
All shade, no shade. We had a lot of people that walked across that stage that was pretty terrible.
Listen,
Lord.
thank God I was a merchandiser. Thank God for me being a merchandiser.
There,
Oh,
you
you
got
were
some
a
nerve because it was
merchandiser.
all your
I
class.
sure was.
Okay, but like
It was besides you and like two other people, rest of your class, garbage. Garbage. Terrible. I said that on Al Gore's internet. Terrible.
I can't. I mean,
You know
They were pretty bad though.
You know you ain't got no talent when the professors don't even hype you up.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. I
Professors-
feel like I don't really know what's the problem. I feel like people were just scared to take risks. I feel like, everybody wanted to play it safe because of the time limits we always had. 3 weeks is kind of a while to finish something, but I feel like because of the amount of time that they used to give us to finish stuff, everybody wanted to play it safe,
I feel like in my class though, like they wanted to take risks, and the professors was like, "Hold on," because
No, we're not gonna let you have
know
that.
how you are.
We're not gonna let you have that. Y'all was sorry.
But you know what? No, because Danielle had good patterns. Yasmin had good patterns. Yasmin had good patterns.
But
We
they
had
wasn't
that
in her
one
class.
black girl who did a wedding dress that one year.
Yeah, her.
She was.
Was that me?
Yeah, her.
I did a wedding dress
She's doing it
for sure.
That was you?
Which
Yeah,
wedding
her.
dress? Was it strapless with like lace on the bottom?
No,
and
that big white wedding dress that Ikuma wanted. That was you?
Yeah, that was
most likely.
You a bad mama. See, I can't even cuss because he said don't cuss. You a bad. I've been looking for you. My big sister literally was looking for the person who did that because she wanted one for her wedding.
Yeah, I like doing wedding dresses.
Oh my God. Ain't God good? He is so good.
Thank
He
you.
is so good. Cause he said,
Wasn't
yeah,
a lot
that
of
was
that an
her.
accident,
Look at me. I got egg on my face like she putting that mac and cheese now because I know it's her.
But yeah, I
Hey,
do like
hold on. Going back to the topic real quick. Have y'all ever like made a sandwich out of like just leftovers from like Thanksgiving? Like you get like the
Yes.
soup.
like
Turkey
some
sandwich.
macaroni and cheese. Like you put the macaroni and cheese on the bun, and then like some ham and turkey, and like put that. Like y'all ain't never did that.
No,
Yeah,
I
the
make soup.
turkey. Yeah, I have. The turkey and hot sauce.
Turkey sandwiches be dry though. I don't like turkey.
No, you gotta get the dark meat. You don't get the white meat.
Put
Nobody
it
gets
in
the
soup.
meat.
Turkey meat is dry.
No,
gotta put, like-
then you can't cook. Cause
You
that
gotta
meat
put all
slides
of it
straight
in
off the
soup.
bone.
Nothing's dry in soup. You gotta put all the turkeys, the hams, the like.
You just further told me that
vegetables.
you can't cook because you are relying on a broth to make your food have flavor.
Wait, what?
You're relying on broth to make your food have flavor.
Who relies on a broth to make this? What?
I'm not repeating it for a third time.
I just don't because I said an egg, not broth. I need soup.
Y'all want to
For-
meet my baby? I know we're getting off topic. Do y'all want to meet my baby? You have to say hi to her.
Is that the dog? Hey, baby.
Yes. Come here, Brandy.
Oh, I have a doggy too.
Let me see her. Brandy. Brandy is literally the size. Literally, I can put her in my pocket.
I wanted a small doggy, but I don't have like a super small doggy. Can you come here? Give me in.
So funny thing, I stole Brandy, and that's okay because she has a good life now.
Wait.
Oh,
So you just gonna admit on Al Gore's internet that you stole? Okay.
What? Listen, they can't arrest me now. Do you know how long I've had this? I've had this dog since 2014. They can't arrest me now.
But the statute limitations don't end on animals. Michael Vick did 2 years and he wasn't even at the house. Well, I got my son right here, Marcus.
Does he talk?
Yeah, he got personality and everything. He changed the outfit every episode.
Oh my
Hello.
god!
Let me Keisha come. Come here. Come here.
All right, y'all. So I'm trying to hurry up and get to the last topic. So let's put it not to a vote, but let's just say, all right. So what is the best sandwich?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Egg sandwich, unless we're talking about like sub sandwiches, then Subway bacon, chicken bacon ranch.
Something with you and eggs. You have a fetish.
It's an egg. Everybody has eggs.
Mm-mm.
All right, so let's get into this very last topic. Oh, I didn't even say mine. Mine is a Philly cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak is the absolute best sandwich of all time. It got to be warm though, and I like mine with ketchup. I'm weird like that.
Ketchup? Ooh.
No,
You got to put
fries
like,
and ketchup with a Philly cheese, okay, but not ketchup on the Philly cheese.
try it. Go to Capriati's, get you a Philly cheesesteak with onions and bell peppers. Don't get the hot peppers. Then put you some little ketchup on there. Flavor, fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but we're gonna hop into this very last topic. This last topic is the adult section of what show is this? Lux Argue. So there's gonna be a little notice going across here. Viewer discretion is advised. If you don't like cursing, all of the vulgarness, anything, hop off now. Nana, Mama, this is for you. Don't watch up to this point because I'm tired of y'all telling me, "Oh, you shouldn't be cussing." Get off my damn page. All right, moving on to the last topic we got. How often should you have sex during the week? How many times?
I'm gonna just say it depends on the person. You feel me?
And for those that see, this is Darvion. He decided to hop on. He was supposed to be on the entire time, but he had to go get a manicure.
Oh my God. hey, look, you halfway all right. It was actually a pedicure, but thank you.
Oh my god.
He had to go get his feet done.
You feel me? No, but it's cool.
Darvion was getting flued out. That's why he's in the airport. Right?
No.
All right, so wait a minute. So how many times? What did you say, Darvion?
I said it really depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? Because some people in them foes, so they need sex more than others.
Okay, so Hobo, I got a question before we proceed to the women. Men, let the men answer this first. How many times do you, if you with somebody, how many times do you have sex in a week? And Spoon, you need to answer too.
Wait, now, do you say how many times I want to? How many times actually happens?
Both. We'll hit you with both.
How many days in a week is it? No, but seriously, I'm a person, I like sex, so I would say 7 days a week is my ideal. I would love to have sex 7 days out of the week. Realistically, with my work schedule and what I do and everything, I realistically shoot for like 4. But
so 7 days a week,
once
once a
like
day?
2, huh?
So wait, 7 days. So if you could do it, it would be 7 days a week, once a day?
I feel like the day should begin and end with sex.
You said multiple times.
Yeah. I need at least like 3 times a day. You feel me?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all killing.
I feel like not 3 times a day because I got a job.
But I'm saying no. What I'm saying is like I'm talking about rounds. I'm saying like rounds. Like
oh, you ain't getting rounds. The morning sex, you ain't getting rounds. This is gonna be one, and I got to get to work.
Yeah.
I think the issue with me is I be wanting morning sex, but I wake up too early. I wake up at 5 a.m. every day, so it's unrealistic for me.
Man, a nigga talking about morning sex. That's jack off sex. There ain't nobody up but you. Yeah, Everybody, you up by yourself. Everybody sleep.
Basic
Y'all
But no, the women haven't answered the question
How
yet.
about to say? So you asked us. So
realistically, as a woman, for me, I'd say probably about like 4 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week. 4 or 5 times. Well, no. Okay, so stop. Because in a day, no, with me, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so we'll go with 8. Not 8 times a week, but like twice with no with me, twice a day. Twice in
that'd be 8
4
times
days.
a week. And that's
no,
that's
2
8
times, 2 times a day.
That's 8 times.
Listen, I'm messing up on my math. Like 2 times a day in 4 days. Yes,
She
we'll
teaches
go
our
with that.
children, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Lord.
She
You
teaches
said
our
what?
children, ladies and gentlemen. She teaches our children.
See, I can't even really like say which, because it depends on one, my mood, 2, my work schedule. Because when I work, it's not like, oh, I work and then I come home. Like, it's like, oh, if I go to work, I'm probably gone for 4 days. I'm probably gone for 3 days.
No,
If I come
that's
back,
correct.
I might be tired. Like, it's just like, it depends on my mood. It depends on the week. It depends on, and so I've
I
been
feel like that's
stressed.
the difference between women and men. Because for men, it'd be like no matter how busy and how tired we are, it depends on if you're awake. We would still.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how
I'm
busy.
like,
No.
I'm tired. I'm stressed. I don't feel it. Like I done
That's a woman
masturbated
thing. I wake up
in my
every day.
hotel room, so I'm good because I already took care of it all
I'm
week.
a person. I literally said I would have sex 7 days a week, and I wake up at 5 o'clock, and I don't go to sleep until about 11:30 every day, and yet I was still.
For a woman, 7 days a week isn't realistic.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's not, because you got to think now. If we really want to get into detail about this topic, like you got to think about a PA. Like when you constantly have sex like that all the time, that pH balance can get thrown off.
You're
Like,
right.
And that's
so
what I was gonna say too.
So technically, no. But
I ain't gonna say that while you pick your baby
Wow, I
up.
was like, who baby is that?
I am not about to talk about
I'm sorry,
Wow.
somebody holding a baby.
You talk about how many times you having sex as you pick your baby up. Just
Hey, no. Listen, this little man need to hear this. So when he get older, he already know. He need to hear this. We have to start them at a young age. Let them know, because a lot of these dudes don't know what they doing and nothing like that. You feel me?
or they don't know what women like. I feel
Oh,
like
you
as a
one of them.
I feel like as a consensus, women are cool.
I'm one of them.
I'm just
One of them. Who is us people?
She said, what that mean?
nothing. Don't
She said,
even know.
Hey, bro, it was equivalent to when white people were you people. Who is us people?
It also depends on who you're with as well, though. Like it just depends on the vibe you're like. It's definitely a difference between single versus in a relationship. It's a difference
Absolutely.
you're in a relationship with what you're doing in life. It's just like a lot of factors.
Yo, dead butt. I feel like once I get in committed relationships, for some reason sex goes down.
Oh,
That's
you
the opposite,
like-
because the sex life's supposed to get better.
That's what I say.
You're boring.
Because
Wait, why does it go down?
I don't know. It's like I do.
Because-
Wait
I
a
would
minute.
do-
I can answer that. It goes down because he's boring. Because ain't no way.
I'm about to say
They
'Cause
must
the
be
more-
whoever you having sex with boring. That's all that.
the more comfortable a woman is, the better the sex is. You feel me?
Thank
The
you.
woman-
Thank you,
the woman-
Darvion.
The woman has to be.
I literally
comfortable for
tweeted
the
this
sex to go
yesterday, and I was
away.
like, I feel like once you get in a relationship, women get miraculously sleepy.
I mean,
It's like women get for some reason.
Wait a minute.
Once you get to
I'm gonna be real.
relationship, y'all like,
I'm
all right, I'm going to take a nap.
gonna be
Wait,
honest.
yo,
bro.
ass.
I'm a bit guilty of that, but it's also like a lot of it is like I'm sick of the shit, of the bullshit of a relationship sometimes, and so it's like, I'm annoyed with you as a boyfriend, therefore I just don't feel like it right now. Whereas it was somebody new, it's just like, ooh, I don't have to know who you are for real as a human being, so I don't know your flaws, so like come fuck me and I won't have an emotional attachment to you. For real.
That's
Some
You know what I'm
some
saying.
women can do that.
No, but I'm gonna be honest though. It's like I'm pretty sure we all can agree that the sex is better when feelings are involved. So
Yes.
it's like when
Because
you
you
are.
can, no, I agree with that
Yeah.
because I feel like
Yeah.
when you really like somebody, you can be as nasty as you want to be and you can do whatever you want to do and not be judged.
Yeah.
But the
And
thing
be
about
like, hey, you want to try this? Bet, run it up then. Like, you can't do
No,
that
you
with
can do that
someone
when
you
you're
don't
single.
know.
It's just know that most dudes are gonna go back to their partners.
No, but on the guy side though, it's like when a guy's in a relationship, he will actually take the time to learn the woman's body, as
Yes.
opposed to him not being in a relationship. He's not going to do that. He's just
Yeah.
going to go in there, try to get his nut, and you know what I'm saying, go on about his business. But in a relationship, you want to please your woman in every
I
way.
will say this: I found in like doing reading books, anthropology, and all that other stuff. I found that, and I'm guilty of this. Once when we get in a relationship, sex becomes like an expectation. When outside of a relationship, it's kind of like a chase. Like it's like I'm trying to get this, but then when you get in a relationship, it's like I have an expectation. And I feel like the reverse of that is why a lot of times sex goes down for people in relationships, for the women, because women are like, I no longer have to feed this man's chase. Already got him.
But in order,
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, go ahead. I want ladies first.
I mean, like, I understand that concept of feeding the chase and everything, but it's also like some women who will actually wait and be like, oh, I want to make sure, well, barely, because I'm not that woman, but like some women who want to make sure that like, oh, you're not just here for sex. And then they finally like unleash the beast when they're in a relationship. They're like, this is who I truly am, and I'm an actual
Right.
Which is
So-
hilarious to me to women as like, oh, I want to make sure you're not just here for sex, so I'm gonna cut away sex. And it's like, I feel like that's a terrible way to telltale, like terrible telltale sign. Because I can still be here just for sex, and I'll just wait it out for this like 2-week period that you about to do this shit.
But you want to hear my theory on that though? I really feel like a lot of women shouldn't get mad at men when the first thing, I wouldn't even say that's the only thing, but the first thing they want to do is have sex with you. And I'm not saying this goes for every man, but for some men, you gotta think the first encounter that you and another person have is like more than likely eye contact. You see that person or that person sees you. So if a man sees you and he finds you attractive and he like what he sees, of course the first thing he gonna be like, damn, I have sex with her. He hasn't had a conversation with you. He ain't had a chance to sit down and talk to you yet.
Right.
So how do
he
he know?
Lust. Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
it ain't even a spirit of lust. It's like I actually had a full argument with somebody. It was like the idea of sex appeal, and people like, oh, why don't you ever want to see my personality? It was for a man to even approach a woman that he wants to talk to, he has to be at least a little bit sexually attracted to her.
That's what I'm saying.
No man is walking up to the ugliest, just not even, I'm not attracted to her at all, trying to be.
But no, I'm saying, but even if she is that ugly, she might not be that ugly to him, or she might be sexually attractive to him.
What you just said, to him. So that means
Right.
for him to even pursue, that means that he had a level of sexual interest at any level with her.
Exactly. I wouldn't even say sexual, but physical attraction. That's basically what it is. Like,
well, sex appeal. I'll say that.
I have a question. I'm not trying to change the subject, but okay, so have y'all ever had sex with an ugly girl? Because she had a nice body, but her face was not cute.
Absolutely.
I know all of
yes.
you.
Absolutely. Any man that said they've hit nothing but chins is other gay or
but I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna put it like this though. A dude having sex with an ugly girl because she got a nice body is equivalent to a woman having sex with an ugly dude because he got money.
No.
Dang, put that on a t-shirt.
Not for me.
I'm saying.
Not really.
No, look,
okay, we're gonna have the money for what? Like, oh, he took us out on a date, and then we just exchanged that for sex or something because y'all fuck ugly girls just to get a fuck, and then y'all leave them.
No, but see, I'm gonna be honest. It's not just any type of fuck. Let's just get that straight. Listen, there's something about a woman that, and I wouldn't even say that she's not attractive, but there's something about a woman who knows she's average. Because you got some women who don't know or who don't think they average. They think they Beyonce. You got some women who be like, I'm comfortable with who I am. I know I'm not Beyonce, but I'm not ugly. You feel me? But for some reason, the girls who are considered ugly, when you do encounter them, they go crazy. Like they go crazy.
They got
Everything
to
do.
because they ugly.
Exactly. So
And that's
no,
why a
This
lot
is
of dudes be
what-
shooting
this
from the
is what I
3-point
got to
line.
offer 'cause my face ain't it. My face
Boom,
ain't
so look.
it, but everything else is.
Right, but you got to think about it like this. So if a dude just trying to get a quick nut, he's
Nigga,
gonna
I'm
go
shooting
to the
for 30.
person. Right, he's going for the person
Nigga,
that's gonna
shoot for
fuck him the
30.
best. Let's go. You know, he's
Oh
going
yeah,
for the
but that's
person.
what I'm saying. But like when it comes to men and money, is I wouldn't compare it the same because I'm like, oh, if he got money, I'm trying to keep him. I'm not trying to like, oh,
But
I
I'm a
want to fucking
Well,
put
I'm gonna
because of
say he
money.
wasn't saying that on like a. I'm pretty sure he wasn't saying that on like a. That's a over like a equal. No, because like you said,
no, that's not what I was
variables
saying.
in that.
Okay, I was
But-
because I was like,
That's-
I'm trying to keep him. I'm trying to figure out how to get in his mental.
No, but see, but what I'm saying is you basically you not with that person or attracted to that person because of their looks. There's other things that you like outside their looks. But even a dude with money, you can't always say that ugly dude with money. You trying to keep him because he might be irritating as hell. You just want to probably use him for the time being because he around. Like the nigga probably want to buy you drinks, buy you all your friends drinks. You know the dude not attractive to you, but let's just say you do chill with him at the club, right? Or y'all do go on a date. You realize, man, this guy is not. He ugly and he irritating. Like, I can't do it. Like the money is not gonna just make you stay there. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna ask.
Like
I'm
a
gonna ask
sugar daddy
you.
and a sugar baby. That's the exchange. Like, oh, I got a nice body. I'm young. You get to have sex with me, or like at least have arm candy. And in exchange, you give me gifts. And
Exactly.
okay.
But you're not. But a lot of times, let's just be honest, they don't be physically attracted to them men at all. They just be like, all right, you paying me.
But you know, I feel like with that, I feel like men, we're more on the physical attraction. A lot of women are more mentally and emotionally attractive. That's why you see a lot of beautiful women with with Igor looking dudes, because mentally and emotionally she's attached to him. So I'm gonna ask this question though, just to get it back on topic a little bit. Does the amount of times you have sex change based on like, when I say who it is, but it's like if you got a guy that's like a 6, do you have sex with him less than a guy that is like a 10?
It literally depends on the personality.
Not even that. It depends on. For me, this is where my shallowness comes into play. Your personality and your pipe. What does your pipe look like? Because at this point, you could be a 6. Wait a minute, because a man could be fine in the face but have no like dick look like a fire stick.
Yeah,
And have no pipe game.
Not even looks. I wouldn't even base that off of looks.
Yeah, I was about to say that ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. As long if a dude fucking them right, bro, that's the nigga they want to fuck all the time.
Not for me, because I can't mess with nobody ugly. So if you're not a hintercute,
so you ain't never
saying, like,
so you ain't never Steph Curry'd some dude. You ain't never got with a dude that was sub 6.
that was ugly.
No,
I've never. But a 6 is not ugly.
Society sub 6.
Yeah, he's saying like
he may be an 8 or a 10 to you, but it's society.
Yeah, he said what society would consider attractive and non-attractive. You feel me?
No.
So that's basically what he's saying.
I ain't never been no ugly. I ain't never been no ugly dude.
But it's the same thing. Cause I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. Me as a man. I can't have sex with no girl who just butt ugly. I can't do it.
Thank you.
I can't do it.
Thank you.
I can't do it. Listen,
I will say,
she ain't gotta look the best, but she can't look like a dude. Like she can't be around her looking like Bobby Lights. You feel me? Like, man, come on now. You feel me? Like, or I can't like Young and May. You know, Young and May is a pretty young lady, but she looked like, she dressed like a dude. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
no, I mean, Young and May is a beautiful woman if you really look at her.
Yeah, but you will hit Young and May, bro.
Absolutely.
I won't. See, y'all nasty, bro. That's
She
disrespectful.
probably beat you up and make her lay down with you.
You're missing the point.
You talk.
I'm saying if she was feminine, I would absolutely hit Young and May. She is a beautiful woman.
Yeah, but she built funny.
I be trying to tell dudes and female. Just because a woman is a stud doesn't discount them from being pretty. Like,
no, it doesn't discount
like,
her for being
that's
pretty,
still
but
off.
look at her build though. She doesn't have the build of a woman that I would necessarily.
I remember when I told somebody for the first
person.
time I would hit Young and May, and they was like, "Oh, you gay?" I was like, "So I'm gay because I said I want to have vaginal sex with a woman."
No, you want me to tell you one person? One, it's a celebrity that when I tell people I hit her, they always look at me like I'm crazy, bro. But I hit Jill Scott. I swear to God, I will.
Who wouldn't hit Jill Scott?
No, it's a lot, bro. What, bro? I get ridiculed for that all the time.
Jill Scott, there's nothing wrong with her. She's
That's
cute.
what I'm saying.
I don't get that either.
was
Listen,
Now,
'cause
okay, what about
Jill
the brat?
Scott is a freak. The
Would
brat,
you
the
hit-
brat
would
pretty.
you hit
The
the
brat,
brat?
she pretty, but like, once again, I look at the
wasn't cute,
build.
though.
I look at the build too, though. You feel me? Like you can't be ill built and be cute, and that ain't working. And Young and May built like she played football, and the brat just, you feel me? She just built like she been a dude, cause she has been a dude for a minute. So yeah, I can't. Yeah, you gotta have some type of curves on you too. I can't. Hell no. You ain't gotta be thick and nothing, but you gotta be curvy. Like have a little booty back there.
Hey, going back, I will say during my days of hitting likes, when I was out here wearing 6 rings, I would say I look back and I tell myself all the time, like, nah, does she deserve? Like when I look at the list of all the females that had sex, I'd be like, nah, does she deserve to have sex with me?
I can't.
Because I'm not saying I'm like an awesome, amazing dude, but I also know that I'm at the top of a lot of people's scales. Did this person deserve to fucking like? Did you deserve to get swiped down by me?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. A lot of the women that I did have sex with, especially like when I was even on campus, a lot of the women I had sex with them because one, I noticed that a lot of men like them. And you don't never want to date or mess with nobody that men don't want. You feel me? That's why I don't understand insecure dudes. Like you got with her because she cute. Now you mad because niggas trying to talk to her because she cute. Like that don't make no sense. I love when dudes try to talk to my girl because it's funny when she turn them down. So that's one. Bless you.
Thank you.
I was waiting for you to stop talking so I'd be like, bless you, my nigga.
So two, the other thing is, bro, I messed with girls who wasn't like, yeah, they had sex with some dudes, but you ain't really see them all out and stuff like that all the time. Like you will see them when you see them, or you will see them out when they go out, but they wasn't always in the mix. I hate a woman that's in the mix, like, because I'm not like that. I'm not like that no more.
During all my time in college, majority of people didn't know who I was talking to. Now, granted, for a good 2-year stretch out of that, I was with one person, so it's kind of obvious. But prior to being where it was like I could done a lot of stuff because I always messed with like the low key people. I hated the dudes that mess with like the high profile females and then get upset when they business be all out in the streets.
I know that's what came. But see, I was a dude. You gotta think. A lot of people knew who I was, so it was almost like if I started dating a girl, that was kind of the risk that she was taking. Like, boom, if I start messing with Darvion, everybody gonna know. Everybody gonna be in our business. There's gonna be girls coming up to me telling me, "Oh, dude," like it always happens. It never fails, bro. Still to this day. Still to this day, bro.
Funny thought. Remember Azaria? So remember when me and you met? Like, I know.
You gonna start saying my name correctly?
No, I'm messing it up on purpose. Azabuki. Azaria. No, Azaria. Azaria, remember when I first met you, was it my sophomore year, freshman year?
It had to be your freshman year, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, but remember we was having that conversation about like, cause we was in the when we was at CURC. I was like, I told myself, I was like, cause you asked why I didn't mess with anybody in the fashion department, and I was like, cause that shit, I'm too high profile in the fashion department. So I mess with one person in the fashion department, the whole fucking department is in shambles.
I feel like I remember that, but I also thought you was talking to somebody anyway. I thought that was.
I was big single sophomore year.
Really? Oh.
Big single.
I remember you saying I felt like you were saying you were still talking to somebody from back home or something. No,
I was
maybe not.
sophomore year.
Okay.
Well, no, first semester sophomore year, yeah. Then second semester sophomore year, I started wilding.
But the thing, yeah, because I didn't get into the CURC until my junior year. Oh, which would be your sophomore year. Okay, yeah. But it was still the second half of my junior year, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I had a hot boy semester.
I had one of them every semester almost, bro.
Oh.
That started getting, but you know it's crazy and it's funny. That's why going back when I said like sex went down when you get in like a committed relationship. One of the reasons why I started getting like taking relationships serious is I started saying like this whole conquest, going after these females, maybe you'll get the pussy, maybe you don't. I was like, this sucks. I would rather get in a relationship. My chances are like 80% versus 50-50.
Right.
No, I had a problem with having threesomes, bro. And I'm gonna be honest.
That was
A lot of women.
no problem.
But no, what I'm saying is not that it's a problem, but I'm saying like that's what made me not want to get in relationships for a little minute. Because if you get in a relationship with a woman, bro, it's a high chance she will never have a threesome with you. But if y'all just messing around and y'all just cool, she will have a threesome with you.
Like y'all aren't catching Azaria's faces.
Because I've only had threesomes in a relationship because if like I'm like I don't know you enough to like have a threesome with you, but it's like okay, me and you are close enough where we agreed that somebody else can enter. Right. Are like
I've never had a threesome before. Oh my god.
Well, so you guys, this has been another episode of
I've never had one.
This has been another episode of Lux Argue. If you want the
I am so stingy and so selfish. I could never
let me do my outro.
This nigga trying to
I am mean. I could never do that.
Let me do my outro because we're gonna get to this conversation. This has been another edition of Lux Argue. If you guys want this type of content, make sure you guys tune in next week to the after party. This is the type of things that conversation goes on after party. It's not recorded, it's off air, very candid. I want to thank the amazing LuxeMob for pulling up, Natalia, Azaria, Tasha, and Darvion for the last little bit. New episodes coming out. This episode is gonna come out on Saturday. So you're just gonna
my bad, bro. But they talking about me in the background. I had to defend myself. Hold up, my bad.
But new episodes of Lux Argue coming out every Saturday. Live tapings is on every Thursday. If you want to be on any episode of Lux Argue, please make sure you guys hit me up into my DMs. Make sure you guys bless the cash apps of all the people that's on the show. If you guys do watch it and you guys like anything they say. Yeah, and we out this joint.
Just bless me with some numbers. I don't do cash. Call me.